Well, now for our regular Friday night chat on the economic issues of the week. We're joined in the studio by economics correspondent Stephen Long. Stephen, hello.
Hi.
German Chancellor Angela Merkel has just given a speech on the Eurozone debt crisis. Any significant changes signalled?
Ali, it was very similar in tone to a speech that the French President Sarkozy gave last night, saying that they wanted to see greater fiscal union, penalties for people who ran budget deficits and national debt greater than under the EU rules. But really that's a long-term solution. In the short term, she's ruled out a Eurozone bond. She's ruled out the European Central Bank being a lender of last resort and buying up bonds, which offers no immediate solution. And the way I see it, she drew an analogy that this is a marathon and you can't look for a quick fix solution. It's a long haul, but it seems to me perhaps a better analogy is that really she is proposing long-term rehabilitation for the Eurozone whilst the patient is in intensive care on life support. There is nothing out of this speech that offers any solutions to the problem in the here and now, which could within months see the patient flatline.
Well, indeed, if you talk about solutions, we did see the world's biggest central banks announce plans to try to stimulate lending. Any idea what actually triggered that coordinated announcement?
I've been told by credible sources that what triggered it was that French banks had approached their central bank and said that they were in crisis. They had a liquidity crisis, and if they did not get short-term US dollar funding, they would hit the wall, which is very, very serious. Now, in the lead up to this, we saw a situation where basically the US money markets had dried up. They weren't lending dollars to Eurozone banks to meet their short-term commitments, and we're really facing a new credit crunch. Now, we've had the new head of the European Central Bank, the Italian chap Draghi, come out now and say, although the dollars have been provided by the central banks, some of the Eurozone banks don't have any decent collateral that they can exchange for the dollars. So again, this has calmed the markets in the short term, but I really think it's only a short-term solution, and really it underlines how bad things have got.
Indeed, a short-term solution, and as you said, Angela Merkel knocking on the head some of these things that might have led to greater fiscal union. What is going to change the game? Because it is a short-term problem. They can't wait for the long term, as you said, the patient or flatline.
Well, I think we've got to pray for a miracle or hope that the monetary magicians in Europe can pull a rabbit out of a hat. Now, there's no sign of it. We've got the 9th of December meeting of the Eurozone finance ministers. It's almost as if we've got a crisis meeting-led recovery over there, that we've had so many meetings and no solution. I don't think that there is an easy answer, especially with them ruling out European Central Bank intervention as a lender of last resort, Germany being steadfast against that. The way it seems to me, Ali, is that this is going to play out into a deeper crisis, and probably a likely trigger is the end of January, early February, when you've got tens of billions of euros of Italian bonds that have to be rolled over, the first 6 months of next year when you've got a whole lot of bonds that have to be rolled over in Europe. I think that we're likely to see this get a lot worse. But let's hope that they can pull a rabbit out of the hat. Maybe the Rocky and Bullwinkle solution. Watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. Nothing up my sleeve.
Well, let's just think optimistically as we head into the break, certainly for this program. Many thanks, Stephen.
It's been wonderful to be working with such a lovely presenter.
Thank you very much, Stephen.